Welcome to this week's edition of Rebel Watch. I'm your host, Kelsey Davison. Joining me is Nick Donovan and a new face, Max McCann. Are y'all ready to get into some football?
Let's do it.
All right, well then let's get right into it. Ole Miss took on the Alabama Crimson Tide here at home. They're looking for that third win in a row over Saban. Let's roll those highlights. Now, as we said, it's Alabama and Ole Miss in the Vaught. The crowd looks great in the first ever powder blue game.
Here we see Coach Saban having a tough time against Coach Freeze the past couple of years. Let's see what happens.
And, you know, just like 2 weeks ago, Ole Miss gets out to another fast start, capped off by Team Judd's 22-yard run. It was 7-0 with under 2 minutes still only in the game. And Ole Miss is already on top 7-0.
A little bit of celebration back there. That Alabama player does not look happy, but the Rebs fan do. Now, fake pitch from Kelly to a long pass to Evan Ingram for the 63-yard touchdown.
That fake by Kelly, the whole Alabama defense bit. Ingram was wide open in the end zone. Great play.
Now here comes Marquise Haynes off the edge and destroys the Alabama quarterback.
That hurt.
Man, and John Youngblood takes it all the way back. At this point, there's only 2 minutes left to go in the half. The Rebels are up 24-3. Things were looking great.
Jalen Hurst needs an ice bath after that hit. That was a huge hit.
Now here we have Will Gleason on the punt to Eddie Jackson for the Tide, and he's going to take it back a little bit. He's going through that special teams defense real easy, and he's going absolutely all the way. Gleason can't get him. He's going all the way for the touchdown for the Tide.
Poor coverage by Ole Miss special teams. You just can't let that happen, especially against an Alabama team like this.
Now open up the second half here. Keller drops back to pass, but his pressure at the very end is stripped and fumbled to the football. Alabama covers it, and all of a sudden it's a tie football game, and there's a lot of time left. Things all of a sudden unravel for Ole Miss.
And again, we talked about how important turnovers would be. Kelly to Jonathan Allen, who takes it back for another 6 points
Look at the
for the Tide. Look at him go.
Quincy Adeboyejo had a chance to catch him here and maybe get him to fumble the football. That just didn't happen.
And a little bit of celebration from the Tide. Now they have an onside kick. It wasn't done for the Rebs yet. They get on the end of it as Van Jefferson falls on that. It's Rebels ball.
On the very next play, we have Chad Kelly, 37 yards out. He's going to find A.J. Brown in the end zone. He just leaps over the defender. I'll take that and score.
Great point high in the football.
And just like that, it's a one-possession game, and Ole Miss just has to have one stop against Bama to get the ball back.
And here is the Rebels' last chance at the game. The Alabama fans are not happy. Fumble on the play, but unfortunately for the Rebels, Alabama falls on it, and that was their last shot.
Alabama wins the game 48-43. A tough fight for Ole Miss, but they come up short.
Let's hear what head coach Hugh Freeze had to say after the game. All right, guys, now Ole Miss has blown 2 big leads against top 5 teams early this season, 28-13 on FSU at half and 24-3 on Alabama, but both opposing teams came storming back to beat the Rebels. So, Nick, talk to me about what adjustments Ole Miss needs to make going forward.
Kelsey, Ole Miss has to be aggressive at all times. And I have a crazy stat. In the last 10 seasons, Ole Miss is the only FBS team to be up 20 points in a game and then lose that game twice in the same season. And it's only week 4. That's just a total collapse.
That's not
Ole Miss
good.
has been outscored 40-3 alone in the third quarter in their 2 losses. The Rebels have to find a way to come out strong in the second half, Kelsey.
Give me your take on it.
I really don't think it should be a big story. If you go to the website for Ole Miss Sports, the official Vaught-Hemingway official policy is banners may not be brought into Vaught-Hemingway except those approved by Ole Miss management. And the reason? Banners or poles can disrupt the view of other fans, and Ole Miss must ensure that it honors its corporate sponsors. I don't care if you bring a Dixie flag, a Mississippi State flag, a flag with Ronald McDonald on it. I don't care. This isn't your front yard. You don't get to display your own banners. Respect the policy. Just follow the rules and don't bring in any flags or anything controversial.
So, Nick, how do you see this dog offense matching up with the Landshark D?
So, obviously, Nick Chubb is the backbone of Georgia's offense. He had 200 yards against North Carolina to win. He struggled against Nicholls State, Missouri, had less than 100 yards. But when Chubb goes off, the defense is drawn in, which gives Jacob Eason a chance to throw long and gives a chance for the deep ball to happen. But none of that will matter if the Georgia O-line struggles. They were bullied in earlier games, allowing pressure in the backfield. And a Landshark D could put the hammer down on Georgia, and the Dogs could be in trouble if the Landshark D really is aggressive.
Could they be gaining momentum at the right time?
I think it's the perfect time. You know, when you start 0-2, that's not ideal.
Right.
But they have 2 straight wins, one against a huge win against rivalry Oxford. They haven't beaten Oxford in 4 years. Oxford has been nationally ranked the past couple seasons. It's a huge win against Oxford. This dominating offense is looking great, but it's still the middle of the season, and quarterback Will Ard has to continue leading this team.